watching, they're going, what did we just go through? This, what you just heard is an Indian raga. A raga is a form of a scale. In, we'll say European music, and we Americans, we fall under the umbrella of American. We have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do is a traditional scale we're all used to, but a raga has so many other different forms and weirdnesses about it. And there are thousands of ragas, thousands of them in Indian culture. And this is just one of them. The composer, or the arranger, Ethan Sperry, he's actually a neighbor of ours. He teaches at Portland State University, incredible musician, incredible choral director, and every piece he has ever arranged, I love. I love his work. But it's very exciting to get to sing music from so many different cultures like we do, and you just got a little taste. Hopefully we did a good job of some a raga from India. And you know, that's not an easy feat, and only a choir who took second in the entire state could do this. Speaking of second place, couldn't help but bring our little thing here to let it shine in the light like it deserves to. This is our second place trophy. I couldn't be more proud of these students. Ladies and gentlemen, I have had years where I have said I am proud of these kids, and I always meant it. That this year is a different level of pride. It's a level that I can't really put into words unless you've been in our shoes, you've spent a year online, you've had to wear a mask and sing it. I can't describe the level of pride I have in these kids. And this is mind-blowing to me that after everything that we've all gone through, that they've gone through, they did not stop, they did not quit, they persevered and they pushed and they wanted it, they were hungry. And we are the second best 4A state choir in the entire state. Now, I would argue that we are the best, but that's another story, and that brings up drama. We're not going there tonight. We're not going there. But, and my argument would stand, by the way, right? Yes. We're a little bit bitter. Okay. So anyway, this is amazing, and I truly couldn't be more proud. So enough of me blabbering. One of the pieces that we did at State, and we worked really hard on, is a French piece called Le Fleurs de les Arbres. And if you speak French and I just butchered that, I apologize. But it's a piece about nature and the love of seeing mountains and flowers and the rivers and the air that we breathe. And I've asked them to picture themselves in their favorite place and to describe it to you as we sing this. Like I said, we sung this at State. We got really wonderful comments and a second place trophy. And here we go, we're going to sing a little French for you.
Let's go.
Alright, I'm not going to do any more talking for a little bit. They're going to take over. We're going to switch gears completely. We're going from a serious state choir to a fun, we're going to Disneyland in 2 weeks choir. So give me
For our next piece, we'll be singing Under the Boardwalk by the Drifters. This piece was made in 1964, and I hope you guys enjoy it more than we do. Thank you.
This next song is called I Want You Back /ABC. It's a combination of the two songs by Jackson 5. We're going to be doing some dancing, and we hope that you guys sing along. Thank you.
'Cause song that I'm not supposed to talk about, but I'm going to talk about it. Our next song is We Don't Talk About Bruno by Vin Miranda, and I hope you guys enjoy it, so we're going to sing about it.
On his way.
Cunnington out some things because she really deserves it, and she has put in so much work over the last, well, 4 years for us seniors, but this year especially, she's put in so much work to get us to where we are now.
You're gonna make me cry before I have a chance.
Well, you're gonna make us cry, so deal with it. So we just want to show our appreciation to this amazing thing.
Thank you.
Dr. Brew was next.
I've had Cunnington my entire life, kindergarten through now. She has been my teacher teacher, and she's probably the biggest reason why music is such a big part of my life. So thank you for that.
Yeah, these kids kind of have my heart. There's something weird. I give up. Yeah, these, you've heard me say it, they have my heart. This has been an incredible year. An incredible year is when there's nothing weird or abnormal or wild. This is, I don't even know the next word above incredible, and that is what this year has been to me. Because, you know, with COVID and all the restrictions, having to stay home in the lockdown, I cannot tell you how hard it is to do choir or band or drama, any kind of performing arts online. I cannot express to you the difficulty of that. For me, it was like having to build a ship that had no tools, no plan, no anything. I was just in the water, floating along, and they were there, and they stuck it out with me, and we built the ship together, and they didn't quit. And I can tell you that there were a few who decided that it was too hard, and I understand that these guys, they stuck it out. From middle school through high school, they did not quit on me. I'm so humbled. I'm so humbled that they stuck by my side and they hung in there with me. And they didn't just drag along. They were hungry and they desired to do great things. I truly believe that each and every one of these kids, and not just the seniors, each and every one of these kids have an internal fire in them that you're going to see as they progress in life. They're going to accomplish things that those who maybe couldn't hang on, not just choir, but just struggled, they have a fire, you guys, and they're going to persevere, and they're going to accomplish some incredible things. I'm so proud of them. And so, so that I don't take a ton of time, you guys should know that I have certificates for each and every one of you from OSAA as a certificate participation for the OSAA state championship. And I'll give those to you in class because, you know, if we did that right now, you'd all be like, is this ever going to end? So I'll give those to you tomorrow when we sign our trophy. Sound good? Okay, now let's talk about our seniors. Ooh, here we go. Okay. I'm going to start with some not so emotional awards. We have a new program this year that I started last year called the Performing Arts Honors Recognition, and students who receive this recognition have to participate in a performing arts, whether it be band, choir, drama, for 4 continuous years. They cannot drop out for a semester or whatever. They have to stick it out, and then they have to maintain a 2.5 overall GPA by the end of their senior year. And in the arts, they have to have at least a 3.5 with their performing arts. And with that, we have a few students who made it all the way through and maintained their grades and did all of the things to qualify. They will receive a special cord that they'll wear at graduation. In fact, next week I think is when we're going to award the cords to you. But I wanted to give each of you who made it all the way through a certificate to honor you as a recipient of the Performing Arts Honors. Taylor and Sunza. Hunter Brown. Jaden Dawson. Katie Brown. Hannah Pulliam. And then I have one more special award that I started it last year. I had a trophy on hand, but I didn't get one this year, but it's the exact same thing. Because all year long, I watch these students, and it doesn't have to be a senior. Last year it was a sophomore or freshman? Freshman, she was a freshman. You're just so mature, so I'm just like, I don't know what year you are. And that's a compliment, my dear. But this person has shown excellence the entire time that I've known him. He steps up, he volunteers, he sees a need, doesn't ask if I want it done, he just does it. He is consistent, he follows through, he volunteers, he is kind. Oh, he is so kind. He is just the nicest person. And I am going to be so sad when he is gone. And so I am going to give this year's, what did I call it officially? I don't want to say, okay, I don't want to bite my tongue here. I officially call it the Outstanding Choir Member of the Year. Our Outstanding Choir Member of the Year goes to Hunter Brown. Such a nice guy. Okay, now for the tears. All right, you guys go away. I'll call you back in a minute. You can sit down. You can sit down. All right. Okay. Now to award all of the seniors, a tradition that we have at Mac High that got started when I was an undergrad at the University of Kentucky. My choir teacher would recite a poem to us right before we went on stage every time. And I loved it so much that I remembered it, and I decided to share it with my students. So here it is 19 years later, and that has continued to be our tradition that before we go on stage, I recite this poem. And they get to the point where they are mouthing the words with me while I recite this poem to them. And I'm happy to recite it to you now. For the common things we do and say, God gave us speech in a common way. For the common things we think and feel, God gave the poet words to reveal. But for the heights and the depths that know no reach, God gave music, the soul's own speech. And I just truly feel that singing, making music is something that is a deeper level of communication, a deeper level of sharing than the spoken or written word. And I always pray and hope that my students will carry on singing, playing their instrument, making music somewhere, somehow in their life. And so I gift each one of them a framed copy of that poem that they can hang on a wall or put on a dresser or something. And so I'm going to honor our seniors right now, starting with our newest member of choir, Wyatt. Take a long time. Oh shoot, why did I'm gonna have to glue that one back on. I just bumped it off, sorry about that. And that's just who he is. He's just this joyful person. Oh, glue it back on. Shh. He is just this joyful person who is so happy all the time. I don't know that I have never not seen you happy. I've seen you tired, but you've still been happy. And I will tell you a little story about Wyatt. He made me cry at the beginning of the year before school started. It was freshman orientation day. And we had students coming through different rooms where they would be introduced to things like, well, I had to talk about the like choir, band, and FFA, and all the different activities. Anyway, Wyatt was in there helping with that. And there was kind of a lull where we didn't have many students, but there was one. And he was alone, and he was sitting by himself, just sitting there, and Wyatt just went right up to him, sat down, and started talking to him. You guys, you don't know how rare that is for a person to just go up to a complete stranger and befriend someone like that. And this boy, his eyes lit up, and he was talkative, and he was sharing with Wyatt, and Wyatt just kept asking him questions. I was so moved by that. I was like, the teachers who were with me were looking at each other and were like, did you just see that? was an incredible act of kindness. That was just a natural thing for Wyatt. Wyatt, I am grateful to have gotten to know you this year. You are a treasure. You are a treasure. I adore you. We lost her for a semester, some kind of conflict with classes, and when she came back the second semester, I was so happy because she just has this passion for music in her heart. She loves to sing, and it fills me when she's just so dedicated and just cares so much about what we do in class, and I'm truly grateful for you, Zieta. I'm gonna miss you, kiddo. All right, Andrew Lewis. Andrew's a good guy. He's got a smile, he's got a heart of gold, he loves his family, he loves his friends, he takes care of the people around him. And I appreciate that he's always supportive of the other people in our choir. He cheers them on, and it's just awesome. I've known you since kindergarten too, I think. Yeah, I've had to deal with Andrew since kindergarten. I mean, I've gone to, anyway. All right, Hope Knowlton. This girl is precious. She is. I remember, I'm going to tell a little story about you. When I first started at Freewater, now I don't know if any of you know my history in the district, but I worked at Freewater a long time ago. But I remember walking in one day, and there was Jim Rieger, the principal at the time. You already know, don't you? And he's sitting there, and my room was completely dark, like there were no lights on. And I walked in, and there's Jim. And here's this little second or third grader, just like this. Just staring him down, and I'm like, I'm gonna go over here. And I can't remember what happened after that. I don't know if he started crying, I don't know, but I was just like, ooh, that was... she angry. And so it turned out that music was the thing that you loved the most. And I remember you just loved singing so much, and your heart was just so full. And the other day I was watching a video from middle school, and you're just like beaming. And then the other night at solo, when she played her guitar, how many of you were here for that? A voice like an angel, just singing, and it just sounded so pure and beautiful. And Hope, I love you, and I know you've gone through so much in your life, and that you're just striving to keep on keeping on. I'm really proud of you, and I hope you know that I genuinely love you, and I cannot wait to see what you're going to do in the future. Ariana Clark. Miss Ari here, such a sweet girl, has the sweetest heart and the most angelic little voice. Don't cry right now, I can't do this. I don't know what else to say, Ari. I know you have gone through so many things, some really hard stuff, and you just keep coming, and you smile, and you sing your heart out, and I want you to keep singing, okay? I want you to just keep going. I love you. Jaden Dawson. Before I speak, can I share some stuff or do you want me to keep it simple, or can I go a little bit on the deeper side of things? Okay, here we go. Okay, but you can't get offended because it has a happy ending. Okay, so when I first met Jaden, I think it was 7th grade when I first saw you. He was only in band, he wasn't in choir. And he was in the music room just pounding on the piano. I'm like, who is that? And he was just this guy who, out of nowhere, just, who is this kid? Fast forward to freshman year, he was in choir. And I was like, I don't know this guy yet, but he was all about the piano and really loud, really loud. And I got after him a lot, remember that, right? And he kind of like, again, don't get mad yet. He got on my nerves a lot, and so the next year, your sophomore year, you signed up for choir, and I was like, this is not going to work. And so, you don't know this, but I went to Susie, and I'm like, Susie, can he go to a different class, because it's just not working. And she's like, sure. The next thing I know, you're back in the choir, and I'm like, we're gonna make this happen. And so he's back in choir, and I'm like, this is happening, we're gonna like, and then he started like singing his tail off, and I'm like, whoa, okay, he can sing. And then COVID. And this is where my heartstrings really start to burst. So COVID hit, and we were on lockdown. And again, I told you guys already, I didn't know what to do. I don't know how to choir online. And so the best thing I could come up with is record your voice singing this, or whatever, send it to me, I'll grade it, you know. And that's a really hard thing to ask anyone to do. But especially somebody who's maybe really shy or self-conscious, and I think that was maybe your situation at the time. And there was nothing, I never got anything from him. And I would email him, and I'm like, Jaden, am I gonna get anything from you? I don't want you to fail, blah, blah, blah. And his aunt confided in me, he just can't. Melissa, this is not his thing, he just can't. And I remember taking a second, Jada, and I thought to myself, I'm going to reach out to you, and I'm going to email you, and I'm going to say, just give me a chance. Just sing one note and sing it for me, and just do that. And so I sent him the email, and I don't remember how many days went by, but it was probably about 10:30 at night, and I got a notification on my phone that said, Jaden Dawson has submitted an assignment. I leapt from my couch, and I'm not kidding, I jumped up, and I went, oh my gosh! And my husband's like, what? And I'm like, I'll tell you in a minute. So I went running to my computer, and there was one assignment after another of him singing. Perfectly, by the way. Everything perfect. My eyes were filled with tears. I cried that night, Jaden. I was so proud of you. I was so proud of you, because that was really hard for you. I know. And it just moved me that he was willing to trust me, to try. And then he moved away. He moved to John Day for a little while, and last summer in June, I was sitting on my deck, drinking my coffee, and there was an email from Jaden Dawson. I'm like, what? He's not even here anymore. And he's like, Miss Cunnington, do you remember this song? Well, you must have stolen a copy from me. And I was like, what? And so I clicked, and he had recorded every single part. He recorded himself playing piano. He recorded himself singing the baritone, the alto, the soprano part, and I just sat there on my deck just weeping, like, oh my God. Like, it just moved me. I was so blown away, and I'm so touched that you trusted me, and I'm just so incredibly proud of all of the strides you have made, Jaden. You are a huge success story. You are going to go far. I'm really proud of you. Taylor and Sunza.
Okay. Not bad.
Okay. Taylor here. If you were to look up sweetness and kindness in the dictionary, you would find this child. She thinks of everyone around her. She puts others around her before she thinks of herself. I've always appreciated that about you, and I've always noticed that about you, that you think of others. You care so deeply about other people. You are a true humanitarian, and I just know that with that love that you have in your heart, you're going to be able to do so many things and affect so many people in your life. I'm going to miss you, Taylor.
The things that I have to say is that, I don't know if you know this, but my freshman and sophomore year, really choir is the only reason I would show up to school. Because, like, it is everyone in the choir. I absolutely love, like, the atmosphere in choir, and I'm friends with everyone in choir. It's just great, and I'm so happy that you were able to give me that experience. It just made high school so much better, so much better. I recommend it to anyone.
Hannah Pulliam. crier in the dictionaries. But this girl has the heart of a saint. She cares so deeply about everything and everyone. She just wants everything to be so right and so perfect. And it's hard when it doesn't happen sometimes. But you're a warrior, you're a trooper. You've gone through so many physical challenges and just kept pushing. And even though you've been angry, and even though you've been wanting to throw in the towel, you didn't. And that shows your determination. That shows that you're going to be able to push yourself through so many other challenges you're going to have in your life. I'm proud of you, Hannah. And you have a gorgeous voice, and you better keep singing, because I want to come and hear you. I love you, and I am going to miss you truly. Katie Brown. I've had this baby girl since she was in kindergarten, and I watched her grow up. And that's something that not many teachers get to say, that they get to continue to have their students year after year. That's a gift I get. And being able to see them from even that young, all the way through their senior year. And darn it, that one video of you and Aiden pops up every year, singing, what is that little song you two sing? Sing it now. No. Aiden on Zoom, you guys can do it. But Katie, you are the epitome of laughter and joy, and you just, I just can't find enough words, Katie. I'm going to miss you so dang much, and I just love you and your voice, and you're just beautiful.
I've had the pleasure of knowing Cunnington for way too many years. But I can truly say, out of all 13 years of school, Cunnington 100% truly cares for every single one of her students that comes through this classroom, and she makes sure that they know that even after they've graduated and everything. Like, you have made high school so much better than it would have been if there would have been a choir. So thank you.
My fifth son. Oh, the thing fell apart, Hunter. I'll fix it. Don't tell him. Hunter Brown, come on down. Hunter, honestly, if I could clone you, I would. Maybe Gravy, he's your little clone. We're working on him right now. We're working on him. But really, you guys, Hunter is an outstanding person. Everything I already told you. He steps in and he sees something that needs to be done, and he doesn't even ask if I want it. He's just like, here, I did that. And I'm like, wow, thank you. Like, so many times. I can tell you over and over how many times he just stepped in and did a thing. And I didn't ask him, or I didn't even know I needed it done, and I was like, wow. I mean, that's just the kind of person that you are, Hunter.
What are you staring at?
You're an amazing person. What are you doing? I'll maybe take it back. And to top it off, he's an incredible musician, so talented. I really hope that you will find somewhere in your life that you will continue to make music. Or teach it. But no, really, he's just an awesome student with a heart of gold, cares deeply about everybody. He's calm, he's kind, he's low-key, things might be getting a little ruckus, and he's just like, I'm fine, I'm chill, you don't have to worry about me, Cunnington. And I just appreciate so much about you, Hunter. I could probably talk for 10 minutes about you, but I'm going to leave it right there and know that how much I'm going to miss you and how hard it is for me to let you go, because I don't want you, and I want you to fail so that you can make it. Anyway, I'm going to miss you. Okay, and then one more final thank you of the school year, we have to take a minute to thank our incredible pianist, Mrs. Pulliam. Amazing musician who she's just like, sure, you bet, I'll try the hardest thing you've got for me, and she just does it with a happy heart and a smile, and so good at it, so amazing, and just appreciate everything you do for us. Thank you. All right, so before we sing our last song and cry a little bit more, we have to. It's tradition. We have t-shirts out there on the table. They're extras from this year. Would love to get rid of them, so if you want a t-shirt, you can throw, or if you don't want to throw a few bucks in the thing, I just want to walk out there and the t-shirts are gone if possible. Use them if they're giant. Use them to sleep in. A sleeping pajama, I don't care. But would love to see those gone. With that money, we'll go right into the choir ASB to help with things like buying music and such for the choir. And as you know, we're taking off in a couple weeks to go to Disneyland. So we have, that performance coming up. We're not quite done. We'll be singing at graduation. But for now, we have one more song for you. It's a tradition, and we end our final concert with a song called Blessing and Dedication to our seniors. Everyone, the tissue is out there somewhere, and appreciate you, and we'll see you in the fall. It'll go fast, I'm sure, but thank you for all your support this year. It has meant a lot.